feel like Oprah. I'm ready to sing. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Woo, that's real close up on my face right there. He gonna back that up. I'm like, good God, right? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being back with us again. Today is Wednesday, and we want you to mark this on your calendar. Every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., you can join us right here on Impact the World Radio. And I just want to quickly explain why I decided to come back on the airwaves, because for any of you who might follow my journey, you know, and we want to say hey to the folks who are on Facebook Live joining us. We have a rack of folks who are with us. Thank you for being here. Share it out. That's the beauty of 2018. We want to not just keep it to ourselves. We want to share it with other people so that other people become inspired and become empowered to be their very best and to impact the world with their unique gift. So just briefly, I'm Cheryl Wood for those of you who don't know me. And just so you know, the reason I decided to come back on the airwaves for 2018 with this show, Impact the World, is because I have a true passion for providing platforms that allow individuals to share their unique gift and their unique talent in the world. It is not enough that God has blessed me with the ability to travel the world and speak and coach and pour into people. I love that, and it's amazing. But I believe if you don't give back and if you don't do for other people and help other people to go to their next level, that you are truly being selfish. So I am back on the airwaves because my heart's passion and I believe a part of my life work is helping to give a platform to other individuals to share their unique voice. Now, I want to explain what I mean by voice. I'm putting that in quotes, y'all. Voice, because having a voice, your voice doesn't mean you're a speaker or a singer or someone who's on a stage with a microphone. Your voice is whatever your unique perspective or message is to the world through your unique gift and your unique fingerprint. So if you're somebody who bakes sweet potato pies and you bake a bomb sweet potato pie, you are still sharing a voice, your voice. Why? Because there's a reason behind why you bake those sweet potato pies. What is it that you feel you give to the world through those sweet potato pies? Maybe it's that you make people feel warm and at home and comfortable, right? That's your voice. It doesn't matter what you do, if you're selling financial empowerment, if you're doing real estate, if you're pet grooming, it don't matter what you're doing, you have a voice, and you tapping into that unique fingerprint, your unique gift allows you to share your voice more profoundly in the world. So that is a beautiful thing. And that's why we're here every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Y'all got that? Sonia Keith, thanks for being here. Roberta, hey, hey, coach. Hey, girl. Hi, Donna. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Nova. Let's see who else I missed. Hey, Vita, how are you? Hi, Margaret, Donna. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, Brittany. Hey, little Jill Scott. You guys will see that I will spend a lot of time nurturing the people who are with us on Facebook Live as well, because that's where a lot of my community is. And I want to make sure that I always show them love for taking time out of their busy schedules to be with us. So we're running a little bit behind because how many of y'all know that, you know, when it snowed like just a half an inch, a half of an inch, that everything shut down in the DMV, right? Everything. So Prince George's County schools were closed today, which shifted my whole schedule with my my amazing kids at home. So I was like, oh God, I gotta get out of the house. And the kids like, but mommy, what we gonna eat? Look, figure it out. So we're just a few minutes behind schedule, but I want to jump in with our amazing guest who's here with us, who we actually had an opportunity to connect last year through one of my clients, Domily Rector, who I absolutely love. Shout out to Domily Rector. And go ahead, you give your shout out too.
Oh, shout out to Domily. I love you. You're amazing.
It's that kind of show, yeah, girl. Just get shout out whatever you want to shout out. So we are shouting out Domily for connecting us. I love people who are connectors because to me that reflects an abundance mindset. To say that I don't have to keep everything all to myself. Yeah. I can share, I can tell other people about other amazing people so that they can also connect and go off on their own season together, their journey together. And so Kiana, I met her, I found out about this amazing pet grooming business. I'm like, you a pet groomer? What? And we'll talk about that a little bit today. And also she's written some books and she's doing just such amazing work in the world. So I want to give her the proper introduction and then we'll just get into some organic conversation about who you are and what you do and why you do it. Okay. So, all right. So Kiana Brown is, first of all, she's a speaker, she's an author, an entrepreneur, and a mentor. She has published Broken Chains. She's one of the co-authors of Broken Chains. And let's see, her chapter is entitled The Momentous Journey. So this is a compilation of memoirs authored by African-American women. She shares an insightful upfront account of her life, including, I love that you're so transparent about this, including 4 years of prison life and her search for love, acceptance, and happiness. She's also the host of Forgiveness Friday, which is a weekly Facebook Live broadcast designed to encourage people to forgive and live and love. And she's working on her third book, you better go girl, entitled The Power of Forgiveness, Mend My Broken Heart. But also, right, she's as my friend Tara Jackson says, a dualpreneur. She also is the premier pet care specialist and owner of Pooch Styles Pet Grooming Salon, it's a brick and mortar, located in Forestville, Maryland, and the host of Pooch Styles, which is on AMS News TV. She studied pre-veterinary science medicine at Tuskegee University, and she is a certified pet esthetician. You just a bad mama jamma, basically. Can we just say that?
Like that.
I got to get one of those clappers and be like, yay. I'm going to work on some stuff. Y'all wait by like March. This show just going to be off the chain with the sounds and the effects and all of that. Just give me a minute. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you.
Excited.
You are just multi-talented.
Well, I'll just say all of that you've read, that sounds great, but none of that would be possible without him. So first and foremost, I just thank God for all of the talents and gifts that he's instilled in me. So none of that would be possible without the Creator.
Absolutely. And I think we all should acknowledge that. Like, you ain't doing it on your own. I know I'm not traveling all over the world doing it on my own strength. You know, I was having a conversation with a fellow entrepreneur this morning. She was like, sure, I don't know how you do it. Nurturing a marriage, got 3 kids, you running a business, you traveling like every other week. How do you do it? I'm like, out of strength that he got, because I don't have it all in this little human body.
Yes, ma'am.
So how in the world did you get started? Let's talk about the pet service first, pet grooming. How did you get started? Where did that stem from, that passion for pets?
Okay, so as a young child, I always had a passion for animals, dealing with the separation of not having my parents raise me, living with my grandparents. They introduced me to animals. And often when I was down or low or anything like that, I would go and hang out with my dogs, no matter, because I'm trying to get in my right size body. I'm working really hard on it.
And can we shout out how much you've already released?
40 pounds.
Woo! You better work it. You better work it. Okay, go ahead.
But so, you know, there were times that I did not feel highly of myself.
Yeah.
And no matter what I went through, no matter what challenge in life I went across, animals were always my constant. They always gave me the love, the compassion, just the warmth that I needed. And I went to prison, got involved with the wrong people, and didn't truly use my mindset. I let somebody take control over what my mindset was, because I was so desperate for love. And in that time, before that time, let's back it up a little bit. I went to Tuskegee. I did not finish, but I studied a little bit, and I came home and I got a job. My mother said, you know, you're working at McDonald's and you're working at this place. Get back into the pet care industry. I don't care what it is that you do. So she always pushed me to go after my dream, even if I didn't finish school. So I did. I got a job working as a veterinary technician. Well, because God made me wonderfully and fearfully, there was a boss that I had. He was not the nicest. We could not keep a groomer. So they said, well, you know, you want to learn, you're sticking around, you're hanging around, you know, you're tough with dealing with this gentleman. So I stuck around and I learned the skill of grooming. And then shortly after that, incarceration came. And I had to make a roadmap for myself. I had to figure out what it is that I wanted to do, because the judge, when sentencing me, I had all of these reference letters and just all of these good accolades. And he's like, this is not you. This is not you. So I'm going to give you the Youth Act, and you need to figure out what you're going to do, because I want to give you another chance. So not only did I have those 4 years to reflect, but I had those 4 years to plan.
Yeah.
And so in planning, I made a roadmap of what it was that I was going to do. I got involved in dealing with the law. And I said, well, if I'm going to get back into animals, what if, you know, my hands don't work? So I wanted to become a paralegal. And I did that when I came home. Those were one of the goals. So I accomplished everything that I set out. I wanted to get back into grooming. I wanted to have a business. I wanted to become a certified paralegal. And I wanted to write a book. So all of those plans happened. And then, like, literally 2015, I had been home since 2004. And I said, okay, Kiana, where's your book? Where's your book?
Yeah.
Everything else is done. Where's your book? So we always got to remember that we got to motivate and push ourselves and not let those dreams that we have fall to the wayside. So I pushed myself and I wrote my book. And I said, well, what are you going to write about? I wrote about what was dear and near to me, the thing that I knew the most about, and that was animals. So it's called How to Care for the Pet I Love, and that really ignited my passion with going out to reach the masses, how you go out to reach the masses and motivate and help people get from out of their stuck places. I want to help animals who are out there who have pet parents who are not that educated on taking care of them. I constantly have clients that come in and it's like, well, I think they should know this. So instead of me thinking, here's a tool that I can give so that not only the people who come into my facility can learn, but people abroad as well.
Woo! Okay, so that was a lot to take in, right? That was, I mean, such a powerful story, and I think testimony of resilience, a spirit of resilience and bouncing back even when you have been, as I say, gut punched by life.
Yes.
Because life will always do that, and life will try to keep you down.
Yes.
And some people, they agree to it and they shake hands with it and they be like, all right, I'm gonna stay down. But you have demonstrated the power of saying, no, this is where I started, but this is not where I'm going to remain. And there are a couple things that you mentioned. You mentioned reflection during that time of incarceration, and you mentioned planning. So let's talk about the planning part.
Okay.
So, because sometimes we can plan and we can think we have a master plan and we can think it's great and we've mapped everything out, but then out of the blue comes something that literally knocks us off of the plan.
Okay.
What is your advice to people who have this master plan and they think it's going to go this way, and then all of a sudden something happens that throws them off the plan? How do they keep moving? Like you said, you had kind of this space where you're just like, what am I doing? And I thought I had all these things. How do you get back to that space where you're back on track, even when you've been knocked off of the plan?
Well, for me, it's just continuing to reconstruct. That's just like if you have a storm. The storm comes and it blows the house down. So you're not going to live in a pile of mess or, the sticks, the broken glass, everything like that. Piece by piece, you need to rebuild your dream. You need to rebuild that you want to do. You need to refocus yourself. So you need to find out whether it's separating yourself from people, places, and things. I got to get me together. I need to focus on what it is that I have to do. Then that's what you have to do. Sometimes people don't want to separate. In order for you to excel, it's going to cause you to have to separate from some people. And with me, I had to separate from a lot of people. I can literally look around today and the people that were around me when I came home, and even before that, I'm like,
yeah.
Where are you? They're not there.
Yeah, but let's talk about that, because sometimes as you're growing and you're moving into your next season, people they find that offensive. That, like people have said to me, oh yeah, I know you don't have time for us little people anymore. And I have my own perspective on that, and I'll share that, but I want you to share what your perspective about that is. When people almost try to make you feel bad that you have grown out of last season and into the next season, and that requires new people, places, and things. Tell me, how did you deal with that, and what can people do, people who are watching us, who are in that season right now of shifting?
All right, so what I had to do was first, I deem myself as the forgiveness expert, which I thank you because you gave that name to me.
You know, Coach Cheryl, what?
I had to reevaluate the friendships, reevaluate what they meant to me.
Yes.
If this was a friendship that I knew was going to be good for me in this season, then I would figure out a way to continue that friendship. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a season and a reason, and then there's forever. And some people are not meant to go into that forever with you. And a lot of the times when we take seasoned people into forever, it tears us down, it brings us down, and we're not able to accomplish or reach the goals that we wanted to obtain. So I had to look at some of the people that that were seasoned people that I tried to make forever, and I kept seeing a constant repeat, a constant cycle of me going backwards and not excelling. And so I had to, one, forgive myself for allowing me to be in that position. And one thing that I always say is, because some people say, does it take all of that? It takes all of that for me to be the best
hashtag it. It takes all of that.
I can be. So when they ask me that, or, you don't want to hang out with the little people, no, you can do exactly what it is that I'm doing. I'm working. I'm grinding, as some people would say. I'm pushing. I am going to go beyond the limits. God didn't keep me from using drugs, which, at a point in my life I had gone back, doing the dibble dabble, going back and forth, but you have to realize what's most important to you. God kept me from when I tried to commit suicide. God kept me, right now where I'm trying to get healthy, because some people have a lot of diseases as it relates to having health issues that they don't live for a very long time. He's kept me through incarceration. He's kept me through so many things, and those things are not for me to sit on. Those things are for me to share so that I can help encourage the next person. I actually was talking to someone last night who is going through a situation where they currently don't have housing right now. And I had to let her know that what you're going through right now, it's not for you. Everything that you're going through is so that you can share with the next person and help dig them out of. So
y'all hear me say it all the time. What you hear me say? Your story is about you, but it ain't for you.
Yes.
Hashtag that, tweet that out, post that out. You hear me say that all the time. Your story is about you, meaning you went through it, but it is not for you because you learn lessons through those things. And those lessons are never beneficial if you don't reach back and share it with somebody else. It ain't about you just, I had the lesson. Yeah, I'm bolder, I'm more courageous, I'm stronger. You ain't sharing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's a waste of knowledge. That is such a waste of knowledge. So we want to make sure that our knowledge and our life experiences are impacting the world. That's what this whole show is about. How are you impacting the world through your unique experiences, through your unique perspective, your story, everything that you've gone through and that God has kept you through? How do you then take that and inspire somebody else, empower somebody else? Because life can be tough.
Yes, it
Life can throw you some stuff.
Life
You be like, woo, 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 woo. Hold on now, hold on, right? You get into your Martin, woo, 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 woo. That's what life can do sometimes. And sometimes you just need to hear somebody else's story and believe that you're not alone.
Yeah.
Like, that is power in itself. Hearing somebody knowing that, oh my God, I'm not the only one who has ever gone through this.
Yeah.
And if she went through it and she made it through it and she's thriving, oh my God, maybe I can too. That is so much power. And we cannot take that power for granted. And that's why you've got to stand on your story, like on the power of it. You are not a victim. You are a victor of it because you're still standing. Now, if you wasn't still standing, that'd be something different. But you're still standing. You're still smiling. You look good. You're releasing weight. You're writing books. Come on now. That's a whole lot of power to go through a whole lot of mess and drama and trauma. Yeah. But you still are here to share the experience and share the story with somebody else. So we salute you. We congratulate you on everything that's happening, all the greatness that's happening. I love how you talk about, in my words, getting toxic things out of your life so that you can move into a space of newness and a space of enlightenment for who you're really supposed to become. And that's real. Like, sometimes you have got to acknowledge who's toxic. And it doesn't mean that you love them any less. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to be cordial. It doesn't mean any of that. You just have to know what fuels your tank.
Yes.
What fuels your tank? And you've got to make sure that you are surrounded by that thing or those people constantly, especially as a business owner. Talk about some of the challenges that you faced. She like, girl, how much time you got? Talk about some of the challenges that you faced, first of all, in starting the business. Because I know that with a lot of business owners, and I know this is going to be applicable to a lot of our folks who are joining us on Facebook Live. Hi, guys. Welcome. We oftentimes are not able to start businesses the way our counterparts are because of a lack of access to capital. So how did you even start getting this? She has a brick and mortar, like a facility that you actually come to get your dog groomed. She ain't coming to your house and talking about where the bathroom at and grooming your dog in the tub. That's not what this is. This is a real business. This ain't a business. This is a business, a legitimate business, right? So how did you navigate the challenges of starting a business, especially as it relates to a brick and mortar and some of those specific challenges?
Okay, well, first I'll say again, it was nothing but the grace of God, because from pushing to get back into the career, I met a lady and she has a boarding facility and she allowed me to groom in her facility. And I had talked about this dream of opening my own business, and the part that she did was dealing with the boarding of the dogs. So one day she said, well, how about, you start your business here? So that gave me the opportunity to start small. Mm-hmm. That gave me the opportunity to not have so much overhead. And I started it, and everything was working out okay. It was an older facility, and some things were not getting fixed. And me, I love my animals. If any of you out there know me, we gonna fight over them dogs. So I had to get a better environment for my clients. Not to say that was a bad environment, but
it was a great start. But you couldn't stay there.
Yeah. What I wanted for my clients, I needed to move. So I was going to get my brother some breakfast, and I saw this sign that was literally not too far away from where I originally started. And so I called, and the guy told me how much it was, and I was like, God, I'm jumping out on faith. Mm-hmm. I'm jumping out on faith. And I did that, and it slowly progressed. It was just my brother and myself for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. And shout out to my brother, Timothy. I love you.
Hey, Timothy, thank you.
So, he hung in there with me for a while. And when starting that business, it was just myself and him. And then later on, there were some weekend people, and because that's like the really busy season for grooming. And then it went to, I needed somebody during the week. And I want to say maybe a year to 2 years into that, after building there, because, well, let's back it up a little bit. From when I came home, I began to work at a PetSmart. I worked at Petco. I groomed out of my house. I groomed out of my trunk. I went to people's houses. I worked, I've had all of those different grooming jobs. Like, I really grind to get to the place that I am now. And a lot of the people from building relationships, either I'm still grooming their dogs today, or I'm on their second or their third dog. Mm-hmm. So I built up a following. And not only that, I was lucky to work for a company in Upper Marlboro, which the owner closed about 2 years ago. And she came to me and asked if, she's been in business for like 28 years, if I would take some of her clients.
Wow. And,
give her groomers a home so that they wouldn't,
Absolutely.
be without a job. And I was like, what? What? So, clearly with everything that I'm saying, it's just favor. It's me working hard, having dedication, and having favor.
Okay, so let's stop right there. All right, so all y'all can have favor, but that favor got to come with some work. Yes. Let's just be very clear. So she did not sit and say, I have favor, God gonna bless me, because, I believe that you do not get what you deserve, you get what you demand in life. Mm-hmm. You do not get what you deserve. You can sit there all day long and wait on God to drop it in your lap. That's not going to happen. You can have faith and you can have favor, but if you don't have no works to back it up, you ain't going nowhere. So she put in the work. She said she was doing it out of her house. She was doing it out of her trunk. She was going to people's homes. She worked at Petco and PetSmart and every place so that she could build up to the place where then she would have a level of credibility that would support her having a thriving business. Y'all catching this? For all of my business owners, you got to catch this. You said something pivotal. You got to start small and be willing to be okay starting small. Some of y'all want to jump out because you see somebody else successful at something and you're comparing yourself to somebody else and where they at. And what they say, you can't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 20 because you ain't put in the work and you ain't done what I've done. Yes, so that's what she's saying, that she allowed herself to start small. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise small beginnings. Everybody who is anybody started somewhere. They ain't start just, in my industry, for the speaking industry, they didn't just start, Les Brown didn't just start as Les Brown. He became Les Brown. He built that brand over the course of time through hard work, through consistency, constantly showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Because sometimes you don't feel like it, right?
Girl, no.
Why do people think successful people always just feel like it? I woke up like this. Let's be honest. No, I ain't wake up sometime feeling like it, but we do it anyway because it's that level of consistency that builds your reputation. That you spoke volumes to, the reputation. So now talk about the work ethic, because if you don't have the right work ethic, you're not going to build the credibility. Then you're going to be sitting there mad talking about why I'm not getting no clients. Mm-hmm. You had somebody with a 20+ year business offer to send clients to you. Yeah. So talk about the importance of building a reputation that speaks to a strong, solid work ethic and honesty and integrity and all of those things.
Okay, so I actually was just talking to one of my employees who is a newly found groomer, and I was expressing to him the importance of letting your clients know that they're important. Mm-hmm. So I don't care if you're a hairstylist, if you're a barber, whatever type of job you have or business you have to nurture your client. What is it about your business that makes them want to stop at your door? You have to offer a service. It can't be just, I think I said the other day in a meeting, not having great customer service. You want to have a customer experience. So you want them to have an experience that they remember, that they want to come back, that they want to share. Because word of mouth will kill you or it will make you. So it's all in what you do. You have to nurture that client. You have to let them know. Some people get into business and they feel like, oh, I'm bigger and better and, you know, whatever. People do not have to come to your store. They do not have to support you.
Got that right.
And you have to treat everybody
I could probably throw a
with
stone
respect.
and hit 10 more of you, of your type of business, somebody doing your business.
Yes.
So you're right.
Within my area, there are approximately 4 other grooming salons.
Yeah.
So what is it that I'm doing that's different? One thing that I'm doing, I had to set myself apart. So like clothing people, if you're doing designs, you have to do something that's unique. You have to make yourself
So how do you,
stand out.
what do you do specifically? Give us 2 or 3 things that you specifically do in your business to stand out.
I just recently became certified as a pet esthetician.
Awesome.
So a lot of the times, and over the years, I go to grooming shows, and some of my clients would have all of these like bad skin issues, and I'm like, oh, go to the vet, go to the vet, go to the vet. And I would go to these shows and get these different products. I have a list. I'm like, okay, guys, so this is what's going on with this dog skin, X, Y, and Z, and they give me this product here, try this. And it's not working. So I found this program that teaches me not only how to heal the skin, but it teaches me how the skin grows. It teaches me the different types of coats. So a lot of people think that when you go to a grooming salon, oh, you know, the dog is just, everything is universal. It's not. It's not. Just like you and I are different, we both have different skin types. The people that are in the studio, we all have different skin types. So what you have to do, your skin needs to be treated a certain way, mine needs to be treated a certain way, and theirs as well. So we provide services where we treat those skin types accordingly. We have short coat, medium coat, and long coat. Then we even have the mixtures of coats. So we have somewhat have to be scientists. Okay, so this is a short and a long coat dog, but it's more of the long coat, so we're going to put more collagen in. If it's a medium coat, we're going to put minerals in. If it's short, we're going to give that coat more oils. And a lot of the problems that we're finding with our pets in the grooming industry, it's created by groomers. I hate to say that, but when you learn, you do better. When you know more, you give more.
So one of the things that I'm hearing that you are doing to separate yourself is you're continuing to educate yourself.
Yes.
You're making sure that you are a lifelong learner. Like you should never stop learning and feel like, oh, I've arrived, so I'm good now. Like even the greats in any industry, they're always sitting at the feet of other experts who can teach them something. And that means you got to remove ego out of your business, right?
Yes.
Your ego cannot be bigger than your message or your business. You have got to say there's something in your business where you can grow and you can build to another level.
Yes.
So I love that because we encourage entrepreneurs to do that all the time. Always go and sit at the feet of someone else. You guys know that last year, one of my big dreams was to work with Lisa Nichols, and I was able to do that. And that, ooh, girl, hold my hand, girl. That cost a chunk of change, honey. That was a huge investment. My husband was like, what? You spending 40 grand, girl, you could have a car. I was like, I know, but I want to be the best in my industry. Now I want to just be good. I don't want to just be, oh, she okay. I want to be amazing. I want to be unforgettable. And how do I reach that? Well, I can't get there just on my own knowledge because all of us come to the end of the rope about our own knowledge as it relates to our own knowledge. But you go and you sit under the tutelage of someone, or you get a certificate or a degree or go for a training program that will teach you the pieces that you don't know. And sometimes you don't even know what you don't know until you get in the room, right?
Yes,
You're like, oh, snap, I didn't even know that I should be asking that, or I didn't even know that was a thing. And you learn and you learn and you learn, and that's how you continue to excel beyond just being average, mediocre, or just like everybody else. Yeah. So I love that. I love the piece about educating. And then, like you said, creating a customer experience, not customer service, but a customer experience. Y'all got that on Facebook. Domily, hey, Dom, we shouting you out. Domily's here. Domily's the person who connected myself and Kiana. Hi, Amy Taylor. Hi, Mahogany. We love you. We want to give a huge shout out, if we can just pause for 1 second, a huge shout out to Mahogany Williams Moss. She married now, so I got to make sure I get the right name. Mahogany Williams Moss, who is just an amazing dynamic sister who has been my exclusive makeup artist for the past, 3 years, 4 years. And in the past year, she has been fighting breast cancer. And she has literally been in the fight of her life. And now she is on the mend. She's gone through chemotherapy. And she's just kept such a strong spirit about herself through this whole ordeal. I love you so much, and we love you, and you have such an army of supporters who are cheering for you, rooting for you, loving on you, praying for you for your full recovery of your body. So we love you, Mahogany, just sending you love. Hey, Robin Rogers. Hi, Sheena. There's your girl. That's one of the co-authors of the book, Sheena. All right. So, I mean, time just goes so fast, and we're going to come down to like our final five or 6 minutes with you. You've given us such great content already, just about getting into the business and making sure that you are passion, right? Passion is important. You got to be passionate, because you talked about what made you have the love of pets, and talking about starting small, being okay with small beginnings, educating yourself consistently. You talked about allowing yourself to be in a space of reflection. You talked about planning. So you have really dropped some powerful nuggets on our audience today, and we thank you. Thank you. Now I want to kind of shift over before we let you go and talk about these books. First of all, you want to hold them up to the camera and show people what you got, and tell us, this is the first book, right?
Yes, this is the very first
one.
book. The book that I planned to write when I was incarcerated. It's called How to Care for the Pet I Love. And this is just a small book, because we know a lot of people don't like to read a lot.
That's right. I don't. I'm one of them.
It's to the point.
Give me something quick and to the point. I ain't got time to read a 300-page book.
It's quick and to the point, and children can read this book, because a lot of the pet parents that come in the facility are like, well, it's their dog. Okay, well, now I made something for both of you guys to read and to share together.
How to Care for the Pet I Love. That was her very first book. Again, small beginnings, right? Like, don't be afraid to start with something small. It don't have to be I'm just so deep. You ain't got to be that deep. Like, just share what you know. It ain't got to be that deep. People live busy lives. Give them something that is applicable and valuable to them right now. Beautiful. Okay. All right, what's next?
And this is Breaking Free Forever, the Momentous
Journey.
Domily! Yes. And my co-author, Sheena, Kimberly, and Altreja, we met through Domily last year this time. Actually, if I would have not stepped out in faith to have that collaboration with them, I would not be sitting here.
I'm just saying. She wouldn't be with these Sherwood and Powers. No, I'm just joking.
So that's just, I listened to God, and he told me to do that. But that's a book of us sharing our life experiences and how we made it through. I am chapter 2 in the book. It's called, my chapter is Broken Chains. Mm-hmm. It tells how I broke free.
I love this.
Power of forgiveness.
And you know what I love? Number one, I love that Domily was the catalyst for pulling you 4 ladies together to write this book, to share your story so that you can impact other people's lives. I just love everything about it. I love the whole idea of kind of metamorphosing into something else. I love the cover. I love how you all just took this project and y'all ran with the darn thing. Like you were doing TV interviews. Like, she was not playing. But again, it goes back to something I stated earlier, is that you will never get what you deserve. You will only get what you demand. Yeah. Life is not just going to drop you what you want. You got to get out into the world and demand it. And we're not saying in an aggressive, forceful way. We're saying be active, be consistently executing. Always have your stuff in somebody's face. Hey, did you hear about my book? Like I told you, if you come in 3 feet of me, you're going to hear about something I'm selling. Or you're going to hear about the fact that I'm a speaker or I'm a coach, or somehow I'm going to share my gift. And even if I'm not selling something, I could be at a restaurant eating and I'm talking to the waiter and I'm like, so is this your dream job? Like, really, Cheryl? My kids are like, Mommy, can we just eat? Can we just eat? Like, but when it just oozes out of you when it's really something that you're passionate about. So I love that project. And then what else do you have here?
This is not a book. This is a company that I am a part of. It's called Navetica. I don't know if any of you guys know Lance London, who is the founder and CEO of Carolina Kitchen. He's developed a company that I'm a part of. For many years, I have went to the masses with my book trying to educate pet parents on the proper care for their animals. Well, now I have an army of pet consultants with me. So I'm happy to be a part of this venture. And if anybody's interested, inbox me. There's some awesome things going on, revolutionary things going on in the DMV. And I'm just excited about this, guys.
There you go, guys. Hey, I've heard about this. So this is great. And this is such a complimentary thing to what you're doing. I love your story. I love your tenacity. I love your spirit of resilience. I love that you are working so diligently on you this year. I think I saw a post on Facebook where you kind of like had a snapshot of you last year and you this year, and you can see the transformation. But it's not just the physical transformation, because again, she has released 40 pounds already, y'all. What? Come on now. But it's not just the physical transformation. You can see the difference in your spirit in the picture. Like, you look happy now. Like, you can tell that things have shifted for you. So do you have any parting words for our audience who oftentimes, most of them are like business owners. Some of them are watching from work. They got their earbud in. They like, I want to do something amazing. Or they might want to write their first book or tell their story. Just any parting words about how we can truly use our unique gifts to impact the world in a big way.
Okay, so everyone has a gift. I believe that God has given us all something that we must share with the world. And I also believe that the moment that you keep that gift within inside, you stop someone from getting to their next level or their plateau or getting to their next arena in life. So I encourage everyone to step out there, be bold. Don't be afraid of who you are and be uniquely you. I always say you are perfect. Why are you perfect? Because you're your unique, perfect self. Nobody can be you, and they cannot be better at you being you. So that's the only advice that I have. And if you want to follow me on social media, it's Kiana F. Brown, or my personal page, which seems like everybody is on, Kiana T. Fields Brown. Also, my website is www.kianafbrown.com. If you would love to get your fur baby groomed, please visit us at www.poochstylespetgrooming.com. We are located in Forestville, Maryland. For those who have a pen, 301-475-076. Oh, did I just mess up my number?
That's all right. Rewind. We're going to do that again.
301-456-7081. I have like
But wait a minute, but I love that she has an assistant here with her. He like, let me get you correct here. Tell us her name again.
Thank you, Rich Styles.
Yes, Rich Styles in the house.
If you guys have seen some coloring, like some dogs looking like lions and tigers and bears, oh wow, that's coming from Rich Styles yourself. You can find him on Instagram. He is doing some things. We're just trying to change the DMV as it relates to pet care.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations. Thank you for being here in the studio with us. Thank you, Kiana. And that is Kyonna, right?
Yes.
Kyonna. We want to show is this his?
Yes, that's Rich
Okay,
Styles.
So this is, it's called Rich Styles Honey Couture. I saw this on your Facebook page, and I was all impressed. So let me show this to folks.
And that's another thing, one thing that I want to say about that. You know, he works with me. He's my friend as well, but we can promote each other. There is so much
Girl, you better preach. That's a whole nother 45-minute talk.
So much business, but you got to share. It's
abundance mindset. You will always hear me say abundance mindset. I can never be the only speaker who's amazing. There's 7.6 billion people in the world. No matter how amazing I am, I can't serve them all. I can't speak at every event. Yeah. You can't groom every pet.
No,
Come on now. Like, you got to have an abundance mindset to know there is enough for you.
Yes.
There is enough for you. Again, I just had a conversation with a dynamic powerhouse woman in business just this morning. And that's what we were talking about. It's like, get out of this whole scarcity mindset. And 3 things you always hear me tell women, especially women in business, right? Because I find a lot of times that's our challenge, is never compare, compete, or covet what somebody else has. Don't ever compare, compete, or covet. Like, there's no reason for it. Now, some of y'all are competing and you're comparing because you won't get out of your own zip code. I'm just saying, you trying to be it all in a local little pond where everybody got their fishing rod. You got to take your fishing rod and be like, you know what, let me roll this thing up. I'm going to go over here. Go to a different zip code. Go to a different city. Yeah. Just 2 days, it was 2 days ago, I got a call from a lady from Australia. It was 4 a.m. her time the next day. It was already Wednesday. So this was yesterday. So it's our Tuesday. It was her Wednesday at 4 a.m. And she was calling me to have me participate as a speaker on her telesummit. So when I tell you the world is a big place, get out of your mind that your growth and your season of blessings is only connected to your backyard, your city, your state, your region. There is so much out here for you, and you can get it. This chick right here is a bad mamma jam. I told you when I first read her bio, I'm like, you just multi-talented, multifaceted, and just killing it and impacting the world with your gift. We love you. We adore you. Congratulations for all your success. Keep up. I'm going to be checking in on you with your weight loss journey as I'm on my own too, and I'll share that later. I want the results to speak for me this year. Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to post about it. I'm posting personally, keeping my own journey. I have a journal, doing all of that, but I just want the results to speak for itself, and yours certainly have, so congratulations. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with, oh my God, an amazing woman who is just, again, another multifaceted, multi-talented woman, but she is here to bless us with her voice, her song, her voice, her power of voice and power of song, and so we will be back with the amazing Tammy Turner in just a moment. Stick with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, you guys.
Went to a major dealership and got ripped off on a luxury car.
Well, I just got a great deal on a luxury car at Star Imports in Camp Springs, Maryland. They took their time with me, They treated me with respect, and they helped me find my perfect car.
Hey, DMV, looking for a unique car buying experience? Tired of high-pressure sales? Good news. At Star Imports, you'll be delighted with our boutique-style car buying experience. We're committed to treating you with the utmost respect, even if you have less than perfect credit. Check out our impressive selection of pre-owned BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Jaguars, and other imports starting at $5,988. For fast online guaranteed credit approvals, go to starimports.com. That's STARRIMPORTS.com. Or call 301-423-8000. Star Imports, home of the boutique-style car buying experience. Located in Camp Springs, Maryland, off exit 7B off the Beltway, next to Red Lobster.
Hello? Hey, girl. Oh, what's wrong? Girl, I just went to a major dealership and got ripped off on a luxury car. Ugh.
Well, I just got a great deal on a luxury car at Star Imports in Camp Springs, Maryland. They took their time with me, treated me with respect, and helped me find a perfect car.
Hey, DMV, looking for a unique car buying experience? Tired of high-pressure sales? Good news. At Star Imports, you'll be delighted with our boutique-style car buying experience. We're committed to treating you with the utmost respect, even if you have less than perfect credit. Check out our impressive selection of pre-owned BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Jaguars, and other imports starting at $5,988. For fast online guaranteed credit approvals, go to starimports.com. That's STARRIMPORTS.com. Or call 301-423-8000. Star Imports, home of the boutique-style car buying experience. Located in Camp Springs, Maryland, off exit 7B off the Beltway, next to Red Lobster.
Hello?
Girl, I just went to a major dealership and got ripped off on a luxury car.
I don't take myself too seriously. Hey, hey. Hi, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. You just heard from an amazing woman who's in the studio with us, Miss Kiana Brown. She's doing phenomenal things. And we have another amazing, dynamic entrepreneur, mother, world extraordinaire, just talented woman. And we'll hear from her in just a moment. But before I do that, I've got to just say thank you to our sponsors of this show, because without them, we would not be here, let me tell you. So I want to thank Cheryl M. Good. She's the founder of Total Harmony Enterprises, and she's also the host of the Recharge Health, Wellness, and Fitness Expo that takes place every year. This year it's taking place on April 14th in Pikesville, Maryland. So you want to make sure that you check that out. I also want to thank Ladrine Howard Peterson. Her energy is crazy. I love her dearly. We've been connected for several years now. She's gone through some of my coaching programs, and she executes. She is an executor. So she has this company that's just called Do It. Like, just plain and simple, almost like the Nike symbol. Just do it. So for hers, do it. So she is all about turning dreamers into doers, teaching you how to truly move on the thing that you want to do, not just think about it, journal about it, write about it, and daydream about it. So we want to thank Ladrine for being one of our sponsors. Also, Amina McWhirter. And if you were with us last week, you know Amina's daughter was here, Jocelyn, and she performed that amazing inspirational dance. Yeah, she's so powerful. And her passion, you can feel it. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, people can feel your passion. When you really believe what you're doing, people will feel it without you ever saying a word. So she blessed us with her song, her inspirational, not song, but dance, her inspirational dance last week. But her mom, Amina McWhirter, who has been such an amazing client and had become a sister friend, she is one of our amazing sponsors. And her organization is a nonprofit 501c3 organization called Love by the Handles, where she supports women specifically who are coming out of domestic violence situations, and she's helping them to be able to create a life outside of that. And then last but not least, we have the amazing Robin Rogers, who's also another client and has become such a sister friend. I love that a lot of my clients become my sister friends, right? They teach me, I teach them, we learn together, we grow together. It's a beautiful thing. And her company also focuses on helping women who have been through past trauma to be able to come out on the other side of that trauma as powerful, bold, courageous, so that they can become who they're truly destined to be. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much to you and your companies for sponsoring our show. And now we get the good sounds, vocal sounds of this fantastic woman. I want to make sure I give her justice. So let me read her official bio so you know who is in this studio today. Because sometimes you be sitting next to somebody, you don't even know who you sitting next to. I'm just saying. Sometimes you don't know. So I need you to know who this is in the studio. So Tammy Turner, she's a soul-stirring singer, a songwriter, a playwright, a producer, and an actress. She's an international performer who always dreamt of singing her whole life. Tammy has graced the stage nationally and internationally with some of the most respected talents in the industry. She was a featured vocalist from BET's Sunday Best. You guys remember that show, Sunday's Best? She has opened for Vicki Winans, Kirk Whalum, and other well-known vocalists. And she has stood on the stage with greats such as Kim Burrell, the Clark Sisters, BB Winans, and more. She has performed at the Kennedy Center, the Meyerhoff, the Strathmore, and the legendary Apollo Theater. Girl, you better work it. Tammy loves working with singers and speakers on vocal health and stage presence. She feels that music can change the world. And we're going to turn it over to Miss Tammy Turner.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Welcome.
Amazing. We have powerful words. We have powerful minds. We use our voices and freedom takes flight. It's time to work and we're ready to win. We have a strategy and now we can begin. Come on. We are standing bolder. We're shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. Listen, see, you are a champion. God is a witness. Imperfect perfection. Living my mission and winning. See, we are influencers. We have fear but don't stop. I have the confidence to rise to the top. We are standing bolder. We're shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Hey, playtime is over. All right, Cheryl, this one's for you. All I need is inside of me. I am enough, and now I see I will reach my destiny. I don't need your permission. Yes, I'm on a mission. I'll win. I'll win, 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 win. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, now, Cheryl, I want you to back me up on this, because we're going to declare something up in here today, all right? So I want you to get ready. I want to hear you. So here we go, here we go, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see. You say, I'm building my legacy. For the whole world. Now y'all sing with me. I'm building my legacy for this whole world to see me. Say, come on, y'all. For the whole world to see. I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see me. Say, oh, oh. Say, I'm building my legacy for the whole world to see. You say, you say, you say. We are standing bold, and we're shoulder to shoulder. We are standing bold, we're shoulder to shoulder. We are standing bold, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. It's time to get it. Playtime is over. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl. Woo! Thank you, thank you.
Turner, y'all. Woo, you better sing. You're not going. Go on, get. You ready for the next one?
Oh, you want me to go right in? Okay.
Oh, we're going to go right on into the next one.
So
you got us wound up now.
Let me
so while we're, yes, go ahead. You preference this next one.
So I'll just preface this next one. This is a song I wrote about 5 years ago. It's called Winds That Blow. And I remember reading a story, real quick story about Navy SEALs. And about 40,000 applicants applied to go into the Navy. Only about 20,000 apply to be a Navy SEAL. And out of that 20,000, only 5% actually make it. Wow. Because once they get out there in that basic training on that field, it becomes real. It's blistering hot. You got freezing cold weather. You are standing in mud, and the mud is up to your waist, and you're holding up a gun like this and trying to make it. And you feel that wind blowing on your face, and you got to swim 1,000 miles. You got to run mile after mile after mile after mile. It's just the things that they have to do, that they have to go through, are amazing. So many people drop out, and I liken that to life sometimes, because that's what we go through. Sometimes we put that, backpack on our backs, and we ready. We got our gifts. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna do this thing. We're not gonna get stuck. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. And then you start running, and that cold wind starts hitting you in your face, and you say, wait a minute, is this really worth it? Right. Or just like in basic training, sometimes we watch the movies and you see that wall. It's hard. That seems like the hardest obstacle for people to get over. They see that wall, they grab that rope, and they're trying to get it, and they cannot make it. But we have to be diligent. We have to believe in what God has given us. We have to believe in the path that is created for us, and we got to walk. So that's what this song, I just wanted to preface that before I sing this song. So this song is called Winds That Blow. Yep, that was a good one. That's not it.
That was our first one. We had that one already.
The second music wave file. The music file. Not that one. The other one. I sang that one already.
Yes. Sang, girl. Sang. Playtime is over. Playtime is over.
And freedom take.
So I'll shout out some folks who are chiming in from Facebook. Ladrine says, wow, you have a way with words. She can envision what you're saying. Kimberly Taylor, thanks for being here. Kimberly's shouting her out, sending you love all the way from Georgia. That's right. Noah says, stand in Boulder, shoulder to shoulder. Hey, Nova. Hi, Katrina. Hey, Amy Taylor. Kimberly Taylor. Shanita Rousey. Let's see. Margaretta Young. Lila Arthur. Courtney Flowers. Y'all are just sticking with us. Cynthia Green. Hey. Jovan Walker. Marilyn Lee. Playtime is over, y'all. Sheena Moten. Thanks for being here with us, everybody. Hi, Renee. It was great to see you at the Boss Brunch. Good to see you. So we are working on getting our music together for our second selection by Miss Tammy Turner. And if we can't get the music right, I know she can blow it without the music. It don't even matter. We don't even have to head because we know what we got up in the studio. Hi, Claire Peters. Hey, Stella Walker. Elisa Brown. Thank you guys for being with us. Oh, somebody said Charlotte, North Carolina is in the house. Hi, Lil Jill Scott. Lil Jill Scott, I'm going to have you call in one show. We're going to work that out. Brittany, that's Brittany Turnipseed. I call her Lil Jill Scott. Ooh, she's another one with just a blessed voice for sure. All right, y'all, thanks for being here. If you guys want to call in and you want to promote your business, we always offer that opportunity, but it has to be a 60-second pitch. The number here is 240-719-2560. Somebody could post that also in the Facebook Live group. That would be great. Again, 240-719-2560. And hey, Patricia from Pensacola, Florida. Thanks for being here. If you guys want to call in and you want to promote your business, we always offer that. I hear myself. Awesome. 240-719-2560 for those of you who want to call in and shout out your business right after this selection.
All right, we got it.
We got it. All right. 240-719-2560. And hey, Patricia from Pensacola, Florida. If you guys want to call in and you want to promote your business, we always offer that. I hear myself.
Though the winds blow against me, they can't stop me. Now they may try to hinder me, but they can't block me. No, 'cause I can see the sun, battle already won, victory is come, and I see the light in God's eyes. Yeah. At times it seems like that wall is hard to climb. You lose your grip and you think you will fall. But you'll feel the hand of the Father catching you when you call. Just call and never give up. They can't stop me, no. They may try to hinder me. They can't block me. No, 'cause I can see the sun, battle already won, victory has come, and I see the light in God's eyes. Yeah. Weeping may endure for the night, but I promise joy will come with the morning light. But you've got to exercise your faith and know, believe you're redeemed and you will receive. They can't stop you, no. You gotta believe. Then hold out your hand and receive. I can see the sun, battle already won, victory has come, and I see the light in God's eye. When I look up to heaven, I find power to keep moving on. You see, I am encouraged. never thought it had me. See, God's love grabbed me. Now from the side, I am high in His loving light. Though they blow, they might try to hinder you, but you gotta believe in who you are. Oh, the battle's gonna come. Oh, you gotta believe in who you've been made to be. Receive everything that is yours. Though the winds blow, they can't stop me, no. They can't stop me, no. Can't stop me, no.
Woo!
Thank you.
Girl, you did that. Thank you so much for blessing us with your beautiful, amazing voice, your spirit. And again, I am a huge proponent of you can feel when somebody believes what they're doing. I don't care if it's singing or baking sweet potato pies. You can feel it from everything that comes out, and you can feel your passion for what you do. So somebody is on Facebook and they're shouting you out saying, if you have a chance to go and see Tammy's one-woman show, that it will knock your socks off. Before we close out to go into our second half of the show, tell us a little bit about this one-woman show and how people can connect with you as well.
So as you know, Cheryl, I am a creativepreneur.
Yes.
And I use my gifts, singing, acting, as well as poetry in this one-woman show. And I talk to women, or I kind of show through my gifts how you might not start on very good terms. You may have some bumps in the road. You may have some traumas that kind of intercept your walk or your journey, but how you can get back on the road to being unstuck, and how you get rid of some of that old past, those old hurts that may be holding you back. So how to get those stumbling blocks out of the way.
Awesome. It sounds amazing. And how do people connect with you, learn more about the One Woman Show, and anything else that you have going on where you're going to be performing? How do they connect with you?
Well, they can visit me on Tammy Turner Sings on Instagram, as well as Tammy Turner Sings on Facebook. You can also call me at 410-600-3433. People still call, right?
Still call, yeah. So
410-600-3433. And sure, we also we have CDs that are available. Yeah. Each CD is $10. The one that I did for you, Playtime is Over. Yes, as well as Winds That Blow, and the CD with Winds That Blow has 2 other amazing songs on there as well. So
they can connect with you directly if they want to purchase those CDs.
Yes, they can
or book you, hire you.
Yes, or book me or hire me. They can connect with me directly. I'm also TammyTurner.com if they would prefer to shout me out on my website. But 410-600-3433 or Tammy Turner Sings on both Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. If somebody could post that in the Facebook group as well, we'll do it one more time. Give it to them one more time. The website, social media, and your phone number. Okay,
the website is TammyTurner.com. That's TammyTurner.com, as well as Tammy Turner Sings on Instagram, Tammy Turner Sings on Facebook, or they can just reach out to me directly and let's just have a conversation. And that's 410-600-3433.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for being you, for being amazing and walking brilliantly and unapologetically in your gift. We need more women who are doing that. And you guys, I'm a huge proponent of supporting women-owned businesses, because oftentimes we struggle. There are women that I meet and I work with all across the world, not just local. So this is not a local problem. It's a global problem that women oftentimes fail, because not because they don't have passion, not because they don't love what they're doing, but because the access to capital and people who will support and stroke the check.
Yeah.
Right? Stroke the check. Swipe the credit card for the services. Support a woman-owned business. Like, be intentional about it. One of the things I do every year for the holidays, for Christmas, I make sure I spend my dollars with women-owned businesses, small businesses, instead of taking my money to the big conglomerates and the big department stores, because guess what? They got their money. They're getting their money. I want to help somebody who is perhaps grassroots and growing and grinding just like I was when I first started 8 years ago in my business. So support Tammy, go out and support Kiana. If you have a pet that needs to be groomed, support these ladies. We're going to take a very quick break, and we're going to be back with another amazing woman entrepreneur. Stay tuned. Power of Your Purse is coming up.
You're amazing, Cheryl. Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you so much.
And now we can begin. We are standing bolder, shoulder to shoulder. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. Now you are a champion. God is my witness. Imperfect perfection, living my mission and winning. See, we are influencers. We have fear but don't stop. I have the confidence to rise.
All right, welcome back, y'all. That first half of the show was woo fire. Everybody on Facebook Live, they are fired up. They're still talking about Kiana Brown. They're talking about Tammy with those amazing selections that she just did for us. Honey, playtime is over. So we're going to keep it rolling because we have two more dynamic women who are in the studio with us. We are so excited. You guys can feel free to do your Facebook Lives, your tweets, your posts, anything you want to do is allowed in this studio. All right. For those of you who are, you want to share this out with other people, you can send them to voxwave.com, VOXWAV.com to watch. We are here every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. I've got to thank my sponsors just once again, the amazing Cherie M. Good of Total Harmony Enterprises and the founder of the Recharge Health, Wellness, and Fitness Expo. That's going to be hosted this year on April 14th in Pikesville, Maryland. Check that out. You can also check her out on Facebook, as well as Ladrine Howard Peterson. She helps to turn dreamers into doers. And if you know anything about her and her energy, honey, she is going to give you the kick in the butt that you need to get out of the status of, oh, I'm thinking about it, and to actually executing so that you can manifest some stuff this year. We're done with talking about it, journaling about it, tweeting about it. We still want to do those things, but we've got to execute so that we can truly manifest our greatness and walk into our destiny. So Ladrine Howard Peterson, turning dreamers into doers. Her company is called Do It. That's it. Plain and simple as that. And she believes in that brand so strongly, and I love her passion for it. Also, Amina McWhirter, who is the founder of the nonprofit organization Love by the Handles. And that support is in support of women who are going through transition. Many of them are coming out of domestic violence situations, and they just need support. They need things to help them to move forward into the next season of their lives. And she is that source of inspiration, guidance, empowerment, and physical help through tangible offerings. So she takes donations, whether it's cell phones or clothes, for often sometimes these women have children. They're escaping not only for themselves, their own lives, but also for young children. So she accepts donations and supports them just in such a phenomenal way as almost an accountability partner to make the decision and to stick to the decision and know that they have the power to stand firmly on their decision to get out. And last but not least, Robin Rogers of Robin Rogers Empowers. And she also works with women who have suffered from past trauma, and now they are ready to really stand on the power of their story and make impact in the world by sharing their own unique experiences versus being just a victor. They are victims. They're not victims, but they're victors. All right, we'll make sure to get that right. Not victims, they're victors, right? Because they're still standing. So thank you, ladies, for being sponsors of the show. We appreciate you. So now we're going to move on to our next guest, who is sitting here to my left, this amazing, beautiful woman who I connected with through social media, Miss Crystal Kelly. Let me give her a proper introduction. She is originally from Hartford, Connecticut. She's a graduate of Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia. Yes. She studied for her master's at the University of New Haven. She's been involved in volunteer community upbuilding projects all throughout her life. While attending NSU, she was a student representative for the American Red Cross. She initiated and hosted fundraising walks and awareness campaigns for sickle cell. That's interesting. I actually have family who have sickle cell. I have a cousin who passed away from sickle cell. So it's a really serious disease. And she was young. She was only like 16 years old when she passed. In addition to these events, she created and directed the face-to-face mentoring group for junior and high school seniors located in Virginia. She was a team leader at Brambleton Center, where she helped to educate and mentor the youth during the summer. Let's see. After graduation, she began to speak as a motivational speaker at local events in Virginia and North Carolina. She's written several articles for, how do you pronounce this?
Who Am I magazine.
Who Am I? It is pronounced Who Am I? Yeah. Who Am I magazine, published by Michael Media. Who's Michael Media? Is that?
Terry Watson. He owns Michael Media.
Okay.
And he publishes Who Am I magazine that's published in the Triad area from Raleigh, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fantastic.
Area.
I know someone named Michael who is here local, and she does broadcasting. So I was like, who is Michael Media? All right. Michael Media in North Carolina. Crystal is also an advocate of stepping out on faith and creating pathways that you're passionate about. While living in Connecticut, she started her own event planning business, Make It Happen Entertainment, where she launched her own reoccurring event, Floetic Expressions. I like that. It makes you just want to do like this. Right? You want to do that. Which opened the door for local musicians and poets, which we have a poet in the room with us today, to express themselves at an open mic. She's been an advocate of inspiration and change and is passionate about making a difference in other people's lives. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I think the biggest part that I didn't mention was this whole idea of the power of the purse, or is it your purse? The power of your purse. Talk to us about what this is all about. It sounds like a movement to me. Why did you start the movement? What is it all about? What is it designed? How's it designed to help other people?
So I started Power of Your Purse, which is something I created for women empowerment, just platforms that I build in order to bring women together. I got really, it's a ongoing story, but last year I was really kind of frustrated with the fact that women aren't talking to each other. And we have so many dynamic women around us that are business owners, or they're making being a stay-at-home mom, being successful, or they're baking pies and starting their own business that way, but they aren't talking to each other about how, why, and we learn from talking to each other, from sharing each other's knowledge and experience. So I wanted to create platforms and a show that's called Straight Talk for Women. I wanted to build those platforms in order to bring real women together to share each other's stories, in order to empower, motivate, educate, inspire, and congratulate each other.
I love that. I love that. And I'm a huge proponent of going into the spaces where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
That's right.
And so we've got to do that more. I said that in the first half of our show, is that as women, we really have to work on the 3 C's, no longer comparing, competing, and coveting what somebody else has. So you should never be comparing yourself to anybody else, what their gift is, what they got, what blessing God gave them. That ain't none of your business.
Right.
Your business is you. Stay in your lane and do the thing that God has gifted you to do, right? And then, comparing, competing, you're competing with somebody, you should be just competing with yourself. How good can I be today? How amazing can I be today? How can I be better today than I was yesterday?
That's right.
That's just only be in your lane. And then coveting, like being mad because somebody got something you thought you should have got. It wasn't for you. That's why you ain't get it.
That's right.
What's meant for you, you'll get. It's going to come to you. But not if you're having that spirit of coveting somebody else's blessings. So what do you find through your work are some of the biggest challenges of why women don't come together and share?
Basically what you just said. It's a dog world, and it's so much competition that's going on out there that's ridiculous. And I think when a person, especially a woman, when she's gotten a certain status or just made it, she wants congratulations, but not to turn around and say, let me pull the next one up. There's very few. And what I noticed is we have all these talk shows that women tune into, right? And I love them. I watch them. We have The View, we have The Real, but they're talking about other celebrities. I want to talk to women that look like me, that work like me, that struggle like me.
Right.
I don't have the same struggles as Beyonce. When she's, I don't have the same pocketbook. So
you better say that one.
So her struggles aren't my struggles. Right. Although I celebrate her for her hard work and her, what she's accomplished in this world. But I'm surrounded, and my family is primarily women, and we are strong-willed, independent, like entrepreneurs. And those women don't get the fair light that they deserve. Yeah. And they mirror so many other women that are just like them.
Absolutely.
That came from strong roots that made our society with breaking their backs, all while dressing it up and looking good. That's why I said power of your purse, because knowledge is power, and we as women we carry a lot. We're resilient and we're beautiful. So just like your purse, so that's where the name came from, as far as your story, your life, your experiences. I want to bring us together in order to empower each other and just learn from each other. Even something as simple as, a lot of women, I'm having an event pretty soon where it's taking preteen and teenagers about educating them on proper bra sizes and the fit, and going to have an actual fitting
There's
there.
There's some
and
grown women that need that.
Exactly.
Need that class.
And sometimes, growing up, I know for me, my mom was so busy in the kitchen and doing different things. I didn't learn about my proper bra size and support until I was older. Nobody really talked to me about that and took me shopping to, get me size. And I found by speaking to other women, they experienced the same thing. So that's kind of my purpose, is just finding these gaps of information and filling them by creating events to bring other women together to learn. We had a show pretty recently that talked about motherhood, to be or not to be a mother. And one of the women there, she doesn't have children. She talked about how she never wanted children. She's been okay with that. She's happily married. And how she got bashed for that, just by not wanting it. And somebody else may be in her same shoes, that now they can tune into Straight Talk for Women. They can learn like what she went through and get inspired and be like, you know what, I don't want kids. I'm okay with that, and it's going to be okay, and I don't need to listen to, because a lot of girls get pressured.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love that. I love creating a platform for open dialogue. Like you said, let's talk about what makes a woman powerful. I'm reading this from your website. Let's discuss women building women up instead of tearing each other down. Let's open up honest communication about sex and the effect it has on the body, mind, and emotions. Let's chat about beauty on the inside and outside, and let's learn more about our health and finances and so much more. So I love that. Again, it's Straight Talk for Women as a part of Power of Your Purse. So when we're coming into these events, and first of all, where are the events hosted typically? And when they're coming into the event, what is the expectation? What's happening? Is it an intimate space? Is it a big group of women? Is it a panel discussion? Is it Q&A? Is it one-on-one? What should they expect when they come into the space?
Okay, so
You scared me with that smile. You're like, girl, just brace yourself.
Yes, because I am a firm believer in the power and the destiny that God has before you. I started with my own plan, and he laughed at it. So I started out with wanting to do events in Connecticut, and that's where I was going to start. Nobody really knows me, but people, have experienced me from, speaking and stuff from Virginia and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to start small. I've had like maybe 2 events in Connecticut. I've been to Ohio. I've been to DC. I'm looking at another event in Atlanta soon. So these events happen wherever they may happen. And I'm planning one for March 10th that's right here in D.C. that's bringing some experts together. And we're going to power up your mind and body. I'm having somebody that's speaking on finances, another person that's on insurance, life insurance, and me about your mind. I have LaShawn Reed that's going to be talking about women in business, the essentials of business. So it's pretty much, I've been blessed to kind of been tapped and saying, hey, can we collaborate? Can we bring in a Power of Your Purse event here or here? So within the few months that I've been up and running, I've been all over the place. Right. And I thank God for that.
I love that. So you're taking this thing global, right? That's our whole impacting the world globally.
Yes.
So here's my question. So undoubtedly you're reaching out to other women to collaborate with you for these events. And so how do you go about reaching out to someone who doesn't know you, has never heard of you, who doesn't really know what your mission and vision is? How do you initiate the conversation of collaboration? Because I find that a lot of women say they want to collaborate, but they don't even know where to start, how to start. What do I say to a Cheryl Wood if I want to connect with her, if a Tammy Turner, a Kiana? What do I say to that person? How do I even get in their inbox where they actually pay attention to me if I want them to come and participate and be a part of an event or whatever it might be, any type of collaboration? Because we talk that talk all the time.
That's right.
We got to collaborate, not compete. We got to collect. Child boo. How do you get it started?
Say it again.
How do you do it? Do you have any suggestions on that?
Yes, I think, you are your best brand. And if you're passionate, if you're not just doing something just to be doing it, and you're passionate, you're going to make sure that you are seen and heard from the people you want to be seen and heard from. Because you got to walk the walk, like you said. I spend nights inboxing. I don't care. I think I hit you up like maybe 10 times. Like, okay, let's go over here. And I research. And I find out if that person that I want to collaborate with has a value to my brand and what I'm trying to put out there as well. I just don't collaborate with any and everybody. And because I want you to know what Power of Your Purse is about, I want it to be a true, it's not about me. It's about real women coming together to celebrate each other and learn from each other. Right. So I want to make sure that the women that I'm bringing together is value add for the women that will be attending these events or tuning into Straight Talk for Women. It's just not, I'm tuning in, she's just having another event.
Right.
So when you want to collaborate, I always suggest, like you said, know why and be passionate about it. Don't take no for your first and final answer. If it's a no from one person, what I have been doing and I've been doing for years now, I always follow up. Even when I lost my job, they eliminated my job, and I started applying. I've been employed from 14 on up, and this was my first time really being without a job. And I started applying everywhere. I had so much confidence. Like, I got education, I got experience. I'm a hard worker. And I got no after no after no. I'm like, what do you mean? You don't want me? Like, I didn't understand that. But what I started to do was reach back and ask why. Like, what am I missing? What can I better myself on in order to get a yes? And I took that criticism, I took that advice when they would respond, and I started making a list to, okay, I need to do this differently. I need to do this. I need to put this best face forward. So I'm doing the same thing with my business. And when I reach out to people to collaborate, I want to know that I'm reaching out to you because X, Y, and Z. And this is what I plan to do and why. And because I'm passionate about it, like you said, when somebody's passionate about it, you can feel it, you can hear it. And I think that's what resonates with other people. So they'll be willing to work with you.
I love that. All of that is just so powerful. I think you said just touch on a number of things. And again, we're talking about, we're shouting out the people who are here with us on Facebook Live, as well as who are watching us through voxwave.com. But just the power of collaboration, because you do get a bigger slice of the pie when you collaborate. I'm telling you from firsthand experience, I have always been somewhat of a loner. That's just been me. I'm like, look, I don't want, I just want to do my thing. I just want to do it the way I want to do it. I don't want nobody questioning me. I just do it on my own, right? But what I realized once I got to a certain point in business was, Cheryl, you will never make global impact on your own. Ever. You will never make global impact only on your own, because number one, your tribe, your community is only but so big. So how do I touch your tribe and your tribe and your tribe and your tribe? I got to collaborate with you. So I think number one, doing your research and knowing who you're trying to collaborate with so that you make sure that you are aligned together, right? And also so that when you reach out to that individual, you know something about what they're doing. Not just, oh, I saw your name and, oh, I want to connect, right? Like you need to know. And another great thing is go to their events. If you can, especially if they're local, go support them so that then you can reach out and say, hey, I've been to your last 3 networking events and oh my God, I love what I get every time. I would love to have a phone chat with you, just a 15, and make sure you keep your time brief. Don't request a lot from them. Hey, I would love to have 10 minutes with you on phone just to talk about how we can connect for, and have something that you want to connect for. Because if you're just reaching out to somebody who, and this is from a woman who's very busy. I have a marriage I'm nurturing. I have 3 young children and I'm running a global business, right? So I don't have a whole lot of time. I wish I could sit and talk to everybody all day long, answer your question. I don't have time for that. So you got to get to the point. Hey, I've been following you for the past year on Facebook Live. I love your message about blah, blah, blah. I am hosting a conference on this date and would like to talk to you about potentially being a speaker.
That's right.
You got to get to the point. You got to know something about me, research a little bit, and you got to get right to the point. And then here's the best part. Stop letting the word no crush you.
That's right.
All right? Stop letting no crush you. You're going to hear no in life, period. Or maybe that person doesn't respond back. Give them some grace and reach out again. And that's what I loved about what you did, because it's not that I didn't want to respond. It's when do I have time to respond?
That's right.
Right? So when you reach out again, now I've seen you bing me twice. Okay, so now I really know that you really want. And it's not that you're ignoring. You got to understand, a woman who is busy is a woman who is busy.
Say it again.
She is grinding. Yes. And it's not about ignoring you. Right. Stop taking that stuff personal. Right. Get out your own emotions.
Yes.
Get out of your emotions and put yourself in her shoes and say, okay, she didn't respond to me the first time. Let me ping her again. All right, she didn't respond to me the second time. Let me ping her again, right? Until I get some type of response. And then maybe, after a certain while, like, okay, it's not going to happen. But try. Give it more than just a one-time thing.
Right.
So everything that you said was it resonates with me. And collaboration is such a powerful thing. Now, talk about some of the things that you think people should be aware of, though, to protect themselves when they're talking about like collaborating and connecting. Because you're talking about bringing together kind of like a sisterhood and educating women and encouraging women to support each other. But what are some things that we might need to be on the lookout when you are connecting? Because everybody is not a good connector, and every collaboration might not be successful. Are there any things that you've found that you have to ask, questions you have to ask, or certain things you have to make sure of before you say yes to getting into business with someone or collaboration or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, recently I was asked to collaborate, and the person, she mentioned that she wanted to kind of partner with me. And, I've been to her events, and we are in the same kind of movement. Mm-hmm. And so with doing my research and asking questions, like I said, you have to protect your brand. Yes. And you have to make sure your brand is always prevalent. So I would look out for people that's trying to take over your brand or use your network to promote their own brand.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I had to kind of be aware of. I understood where she was coming from, and I understood the vision, but more so the vision for her business. And I was just like, I don't want to cause brand confusion, you know, like, so I'm here to support wherever I can. And that is a big word. Like, that is my word of the day, of the year, support. Like, I'm here to support where I can, but I can't do a partnership because we're kind of in the same pool and colors and the name is kind of similar. I don't want people to see me and forget power of your purse and what I stand for. So I think that's one of the things that when you're reaching out and collaborating with people, make sure your brand is always prevalent.
You better say that, sister. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, it's real because you work so hard to build a brand and create a powerful brand. And anybody who knows anything about business, it takes so long to develop your brand DNA and that reputation, but it takes like that long to destroy it.
That's right.
And that could just be because you work with the wrong person, and look, everything shouldn't be a yes. Like, even when people reach out to you to collaborate and connect with you,
right.
It can't always be a yes. Sometimes you got to step back and really say, are we really aligned? Okay, you cussing every other word in your brand.
That's right.
Sorry, my brand that's not what my brand is. So I see a conflict there.
Right.
So you can't, just because somebody reaches out and wants to collaborate, it doesn't mean it's an automatic yes. And it doesn't mean it's an automatic yes just because they have a big network.
That's right.
Like, that's where integrity comes to play. Like, you got to have some integrity and you got to have some boundaries of what you allow to become a part of you and your brand. And you do have to be protective. And I never understood that when I first started business. I used to hear people say that. You got to protect your brand. I'm like, why are they being all bougie about their brand, right? But when you work hard to build it, you want to make sure that you keep it intact. So I just love that. We want to give valuable tips here for I know y'all can't even see my lips. They probably, all I can see is like my eyebrow. Valuable tips for our listeners to know what to look for as you're building your own tribe, your own community, as you're continuing to dig your heels into business. So we're going to kind of wrap up in the next few minutes. I want you to kind of give you this space to be able to share any final words you want to share about power of your purse and how people can also get in contact with you and connect with you for your future events as well, or any products or books or anything that you might have as well available.
Yes, so I am actually a part of a collaborative book with Dr. Sharon Hargo-Porter. She also has a show.
Oh, yeah,
here.
she has a show here. Yeah.
Yes.
She's one of my clients. She's in my Rock Your Stage program, my speaker program.
Yeah, she's amazing. She pulled a few of us together to collab on a book called Women Who Lead Anthology. And this is a book that will be coming out the first week in February. So it tells the stories of 25 women who are leaders in their industry or have broken certain glass ceilings, their background, more importantly, the struggles that they have gone through to get to where they are. A lot of people, make owning a business or, stepping out on their own look easy. And it's not, Facebook.
That's why Facebook be making you feel like it's so easy.
That is so easy, and it's not. You really have to have the principles, the due diligence, the mindset to grind and hustle every day, because the day you drop it is the day everybody else is going to drop it too. You cannot drop your own business. So this book tells the story of 25 different women. And my chapter is called Life for Me Ain't Been No Crystal Stair. And you find out why. And just like a lot of other people, I know people have gone through their own splinters and cracks and overcome them. But you find out what my splinters and my cracks are. So please pick up Women Who Lead Anthology. You can get more information on the book on my Instagram page at Power of Your Purse. Or you can go to my website, which is www.powerofyourpurse-ST4W. The ST4W is Straight Talk for Women, but it's ST4W.com.
Can somebody post that on Facebook as well, please? Repeat that one more time.
Power of Your Purse-ST4W.com. And I'm on Facebook as my name, Crystal Kelly, so you can find me there. And I don't really tweet. I don't have time for that. So I'm
like, girl,
on
I can't
there,
be
but,
everywhere
yeah.
doing everything.
So Instagram, definitely hit me up. I love to converse, so I don't even care if it's just idea shooting around or talks. A lot of my ideas for the show come up through just normal conversation. So invite me somewhere. Let's talk. Let's get together, and I hope to just hear from everybody soon. And
So
purchase the book.
have you ever had a conversation about growing a business and nurturing a marriage at the same time?
Well, I can't nurture some marriage because I'm single.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it. You can invite guests on to talk about that because that's a powerful conversation. And when I go places and speak, that's always a topic I bring up because I've worked personally with clients who have walked away from their marriages because they're like, well, God gave me this gift and told me I'm supposed to be. No, God told you your first ministry is your home. So you're supposed to try to get that in order first. Stop trying to be what they say, a public success, but a private failure. So we really need to have conversation with more women in business who are married to understand that your first priority is home. And it's so important to have harmony in your house because how can you go serve the world if there's no harmony even in your own home?
Well, I actually just posted a couple weeks ago looking for divorced women actually to have a show about them. What worked, what didn't work, why did you decide to walk away? Yeah. And I have a few people that have raised their hand that wants to be on the show. And I'm trying to formulate that now. I love that. But I like from the stance.
Yeah, because we want to keep families together. We want to keep more, especially African American. Come on, we talk about the African American community. A lot of us I came from a split family. I want to keep my family together. And marriage is hard, especially when you decide you're going to go out into the world and you're going to shine in your brilliance. Sometimes that can be a lot for a man to deal with. Not to mention when I married my husband, I wasn't an entrepreneur. I was a corporate girl. I went to work at 8:30. I came home at 6:30, right? Now it's like, oh, babe, I'm going to be gone for 3 more days because I'm flying to Tampa. Oh, babe, in 2 more weeks, I'm going to be flying to Hood. Oh, babe. I shifted the dynamic of my marriage. How do I still allow myself and give myself permission to be amazing in the world, to get out and say, God, you gave me this gift. I'm going to use it to its fullest. But also, my marriage is my first ministry. So I think that conversation to help us keep marriages together and families together, if we can, will be a great conversation. So I'm just throwing that in the pot. I'm throwing that in the pot, girl.
I actually like the mixture of the two because one of the conversations, this topic came through a conversation as well because it was asked, single people stop giving married people advice or whatever. And I'm like, so I just started asking people opinion on that. And certain times people are single because they choose to be single because they don't want just anybody. Sometimes you putting on a ring and you saying I do for the glitz and glam of it, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
That's true.
You don't know what's after the party is over, what it takes to keep that marriage together, like you said. So from that conversation, I started concentrating on the women that enough was enough from 3 different aspects of marriage failing, walking away because of a situation. But I love the impact of, bringing in successful married people as well in knowing how to nurture and care for that marriage when you do have working entrepreneurs or just corporate workers.
I mean, from my perspective, just again, and we're going to close this out, but again, it's for someone who I was in the corporate world, I walked away. Now I'm doing my own business, but my husband is still in the corporate world. And sometimes that can be a challenge when you got to get up and go to work and your mate like, oh yeah, okay. And you sipping on coffee at the laptop and it looks so fancy and juicy and glamorous. Well, I'm like, by the time at the end of the day, I know you went out and went to work, but I didn't work probably 12 times harder as hard as you did. And it's a mental thing. It's I
do both.
Yeah,
I work in the corporate world and then I come home.
So everybody in here is shaking their head because I'm telling you that's a great conversation. But I love that you are opening up the dialogue and having the conversations and open to all the various conversations, again, for women to impact each other with their own unique life experiences and with the lessons that they've learned through whatever their journey may have been. So again, we have been here with Miss Crystal Kelly. Guys, make sure that you connect with her, follow her all across social media. She's doing amazing work, and Straight Talk for Women, I know, is making massive impact. We got to, make sure that we do some type of collaboration, or maybe I'll have you come in and speak at one of my events that I do every month. So we'll talk about that off air. Awesome. But we're going to take a brief break, and then we're going to come back with our final guest of the day. Her name is Kiana Williams, but they call her Poetic Dominique. I got it right. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey guys. All right, everybody.
They may try to hinder me. They can't block me.
All right, fantastic. Oh, am I talking to myself? All right. Y'all, look, this is only our third show for the year, so I think we are doing pretty good. We want to give our amazing technician, Mr. What do I want to call you? Joe. You know I want to call you Joe. We're going to give our technician, Mr. Ron, a shout out. Thank you so much for making sure that things are running smoothly in the studio. And thanks so much to Star Imports and to Vox Wave, everybody, for having us here in this amazing studio. So next, to close out our show, we have this amazing young woman who is just looking so beautiful in the studio, y'all. I'll turn the camera for you guys on Facebook. I'll turn the camera in just a moment. But let me introduce her properly. Her name, again, is Kiana Williams. She goes by the pen name Poetic Dominique. She's an author, poet, spoken word artist, and entrepreneur. And she's been that since the age of 13. You go, girl. On a more serious note, she's a survivor of molestation, depression, anxiety, and suicide. And she uses her voice to speak out for the unspoken survivors. She's a motivational speaker. She's an activist for the empowerment of women and young girls and survivors of sexual assault, molestation, and mental health awareness. Her faith, her writing, her poetry, her therapy, and a close-knit circle of support have helped her to overcome the challenges that she has faced. She also is the owner of SK Rubs. Scrubs.
Yeah.
Girl. Scrubs. It's spelled SK, and then Rubs. So I was just pronouncing it the way it said. Scrubs.
No,
that makes
great,
sense. I like it.
SK
It's
glow,
creative.
you know.
It's creative. She's the owner of Scrubs by K. Dominique, which is an organic skincare product line offering a variety of scrubs, exfoliants, creams, and oils. Combining her products with hand rubs allows her to get to know her customers and inspire them. Her mission overall is simply to help people feel good on the inside and out. What a beautiful mission at such a young age. Please welcome the poetic sound of Miss Poetic Dominique.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
So I'll start you guys with Shifted Minds, and then I'll shift to my next piece. So, one is whole, yet is somehow a part of everything before it and everything after it. One is you. You are one part of something, everything, anything, both past and present. Insignificant as it seems, when put together with another one, you too become greater than the one before. Simple mathematics. Pieces. One puzzle piece is unique. Two puzzle pieces are collectively unique, yet still very independent when analyzed separately. Aren't we? One day, I searched beyond the false realities of my critically cluttered life, carefully collected one of the consciously connected pieces of this mirage and created a shift. I skipped past all the places I failed before, redirected them with new beginnings and created a rift. A ripple effect, maybe a change in direction, redirected my mistake into a misstep and stepped forward. I call it life shift. We became a family of strangers, strangely familiar. I wonder where else I can find such a kindred spirit to match, because oftentimes the sparks are too high. They burn out like burning bridges. I was told that we burn bridges when we wear out our welcome. Home is not just the place you lay your head. Sometimes it's never the place you lay your head, but the place you lay your dreams. They say the dreamers can't work if they're asleep, and that's all right, because there's a place where I learned to dream with my eyes wide awake like a philosopher's mind. You can't tell me how to abide by any unnecessary guidelines, though the line may be thin. Trigg says that between any 2 points, I'm sure to find C, right? Well, then geometry is no different. Just because my circle is small doesn't mean I'm closed-minded. A circle is an open-ended shape, yet they lie. There are no ends to a circle because their points are non-existent. How do you tell a closed-minded person they are wrong? Point proven, 4 times, multiplied by 90 degrees, 360 degrees is less than the equivalent attitude you will have when me and my peers run circles around you with our greatness. Now, tell me what you know about a cube with a triangular prism on top. If you didn't catch that, I'm referring to a house, more specifically a home. Baltimore City is where my fight derived, surrounded in a place where endless bodies drop and countless bullets fly, where homeless men sleep in train stations and homeless women cry, wondering where they went wrong some time ago, and I wonder the same. My why is way bigger than just me. Just remember to keep pushing forward. No matter what they tell you, the limit is not the sky. And nobody pities the fool afraid to shift their life.
Okay. Ooh, powerful.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
And the second piece.
You can tell I ain't been out in a while.
It's called The Voice of the Unspoken. I am the voice of the unspoken survivors. Short stature and appearance, long legs, short mids, matching in arms length, thick brows and lips. Invisible are my hips, then add my bald head to the mix. Tell me living unapologetically isn't epitomized by this. I am iconic unintentionally. I am a motivational speaker. I provide inspiration vividly with my lifestyle, with my actions, then add a splash of poetry and throw in some curveballs like depression and anxiety, a little PTSD, adding hospital gowns to your wardrobe, saving others' lives but trying to take your own in another state you were forced to call home. Missing school due to depression episodes, figured I better not go. No one pities the fool afraid to shift their life. 29,000 days is the result of a shifted mind. Perception is a mirror built with two-way reflection, meaning although you see one thing, there's always an alternative perspective. Still following? I am woman, hear me roar. It is exactly what I'm implying. Can you hear me? I am speaking, not just words, but in volumes is where strength and confidence meet. I am poetic Dominique with the K. Like K Dominique, but liberated. A conversation with me will leave you slightly intimidated, emancipated, motivated, captivated by my beauty, never taking the time to get to know who she really is. If my melanin skin, almond roasted with a hint of cinnamon, is what you first notice when you look at me, then this SK's glow got you reminiscent to when I drip brown sugar when I bleed. In all honesty, there was nothing sweet. Sandpaper was she. My hardships wore on my sleeve. No seed of the same sort if you ran me dry, but I scratched back beautifully. Next are my eyes, like an open fire, compared to a sky that's BLUE. No, there isn't a fire in my soul, but there's certainly one burning within me. I turned my pain into passion, purpose, and poetry. Tapped into prosperity. It's harvest season. Rainy days are over, too busy running up a bag to have an umbrella to carry. I live too unapologetically to not voice what I have to say. No shade, but I'm 50 hues of gray, underestimated yet powerful in the deepest of ways. 29,000 days of mission is a movement, meaning it was never meant for one place. My presence is loud, but if you act like you don't hear me, I'll make you feel what I'm saying. There's that saying about actions and something about speaking. A revelation that the most powerful of things are the ones we can't see. The most precious of things are the ones we require faith to believe in. I am the voice of the unspoken. An example to the women and girls with broken trust, broken homes, broken hearts. I am the voice of the unspoken. With broken innocence, broken images, broken apart, broken trust, broken homes, broken hearts, broken innocence, broken images, broken apart. I am the voice of the unspoken survivors. Thank you.
Ooh. Do it right this time. Now, we want to close out and have her come and chat with me for the last 5 minutes. Can she just come here and pin this on? Is that the best thing? Okay. So come. Oh, there you go. Bring the mic with you. It makes it even easier. Beautiful. Now, can we give it up for real, like a round of applause? I know, the little snapping thing is sexy, but we need to hear. Like she said, hear me roar, honey. Yes. Well, thank you for being here. Okay, so I got to ask this question. I probably shouldn't ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyway and hope that you tell me. That was a little poetic, wasn't it? How old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20 a few days ago.
20 years old, you guys. 20 years young. Like, this is our future. And that's why I love having a space where young people who are just so in tune with who they're becoming and what their potential is. That's what this platform is about. That's what Impact the World is all about. That was beautiful. I love both poems. I love the passion that I get from you. I love when you get to a certain part and you kind of smile a little bit, and there are other parts where you're more serious and stern. I mean, that tells me that you truly believe in what you're saying. And I know that you wrote this amazing new book, 29,000 Days, which I was privileged to get a copy of, which I haven't read yet, y'all, because y'all know my crazy schedule, but I promise to read it because I know it's going to impact me. Tell us what the book is about, why you decided to write it, and how you hope to impact the world through it.
Okay, so 29,000 Days from Pain to Passion, Purpose, and Poetry, which is the entire title of the book. I've been writing this book for 7 years. It came from, a bunch of, I've always been a motivational speaker. I wanted to be an author since 3rd grade. But after my story, which a lot of you have heard, I was going through a lot. Depression, anxiety, I was suicidal, hospitalized, medication, all those things. And my therapist told me that I would receive justice from telling my story. I went to court and they said he wasn't guilty, and I felt defeated. Wow. So I decided to give it a try. Like, why not? Why not tell my story? So I started telling family members, friends. I started telling anybody that I felt comfortable, speaking to, people that I thought would help me. And believe it or not, a lot of them turned me away. A lot of them shut me down. They told me I shouldn't be talking about things like that. And that pushed me even further, because I'm like, okay, if they're shutting me down and I'm their family member, how many others are being shut down? Yeah. Maybe somebody shut them down, and that's why they're telling me or condemning me for speaking out. And so I decided to use poetry to tell my story at first, because I thought that it would be more light, it wouldn't be as dark, and people would receive it better. So that's where it started. But then I tapped back into my writing, because I can never run away from it. And I decided to tell the actual story. So then I took the poems that I had previously wrote, and I infused them in between each chapter to give you, to get your senses all tingling when you read the story. You can see, feel, taste, hear everything. It's just so, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so expressive. And I just really love it, because I've been writing it for so long. And then I launched it on my 20th birthday. So it was awesome.
I just love you already. Like, this is my first time connecting in person, but you're just so well-spoken and just mature for 20. Like, dang, if I was that mature at 20, right, where would I be now? But I mostly love something that you said, and repeat that. What did they tell you in court? They said that what? You're telling your story was what?
They told me that he wasn't guilty, but my therapist told me that if I told my story, that's how I would receive justice. That's
how she would receive justice, by telling her story. That is so powerful. Like, that just makes me tingle, that's how powerful your story is. Like, telling somebody, sharing what your experience was. It has nothing to do with that other person. And when you make it about the other person, right, you stay stuck in whatever those feelings are.
Of course, I didn't get it at first. I'm like, telling my story, how is that going to help anything? I've told so many people, they keep shutting me down. Like, what am I talking for? They already say he wasn't guilty. Court is the highest place that I could go with this, right? And they told me that, he wasn't guilty. So now what? Right. But then once I started telling my story, and so many grown women, I mean old women, like...
What you consider old? I'm just saying. What you consider old?
I really meant old. Like, they really old, like 70, 80. Like, they would be in churches. I would go to churches and do poetry and perform, because the guy that did it to me, he actually was a man of the church. And it's weird that way, but it happens a lot that way. Yep. So I started speaking in churches, and all the grown women and the regular, middle-aged women and young girls that came up to me like, oh, that happened to me, but I still haven't said anything, or you inspired me to do this or to do that. That's where the justice came from. Yes. I had to realize, and I had to grow up a little bit, I'm only 20, but I had to grow up and realize that it isn't about me. Yes. And she wasn't saying, oh, Kiana, like, you're going to tell your story, and then, it's never going to affect you. Like, you're just going to be so perfect and everything is going to be better. No, that's not what she said. She told me that I would receive justice for others. That was the part that I had to wait for. Me telling my story saves others. And that's where the power comes from, because maybe he didn't go to jail for me, but maybe if I speak out on it and give and inspire other girls to use their voice, then that will be one less girl that he can do it to. One less girl that'll be in that space, or one less girl that'll go through it and get to the point where she wants to be suicidal. I don't ever want any other girl that's come in contact with me feel like that it's still okay to get to that point where you want to take your life. You know, so if I tell my story and I let her know how bad and how down bad I was when I was going through it, and how I had to literally fight, I mean, it was life or death, literally fight to get to this point, then maybe I can save her from, you know, taking that next step or thinking that she has to take that step. So
I love that. That is so inspirational. And I'm going to have you, I'm going to connect with you beyond this, because I want to create some more platforms for you to share your story. I think it's very powerful. I love that you are being intentional about using your voice for the good. Something I say all the time is your story is about you, but it's not for you. Exactly. So it was about you because you went through it, you experienced it firsthand, but it's for someone else, so that, again, so she doesn't have to feel like I have to have these thoughts of suicide or that she's alone. Absolutely. So that's powerful, and it's amazing to me that you understand the power of your voice at such a young age. Why 29,000 days? Why is that the title?
All right, perfect. Okay, so do you mind if I just read this little part?
Well, we're about to close out, but we're going to tell people where to get the book.
Okay,
but if you just tell us what prompted that title.
Okay, 29,000 days is equivalent to 80 years. They say the average person lives about 80 years on Earth. So if you think of your life in days instead of years, then you get to pinpoint exactly where your prosperity is as far as your passion and your purpose, right? So today I'm on this show, you know, and I'm inspiring women, even men that are watching. I'm inspiring people today. So that's my one step. That's my one input for today. But tomorrow is a brand new day, right? Versus if I was to look at 2018, I would be like, okay, well, I had a show last week. I'm cool. You know, I'm doing good for 29,000 days. But no, once you pinpoint your days, you get to, you know, focus on how much of an impact you're really giving to the world.
I love that. I love that. That's such a creative perspective. That's why you got to keep young people around. I'm just saying, because they will keep you creative, right? With a different perspective and shifting how you look at things and view things. You are a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul, a beautiful young lady. I commend you for being so resilient. I know that, you know, your family, they've been supporting you and encouraging you to continue to share your voice. Keep doing it. Don't stop. And if you ever feel like you're reverting back and going into a space of darkness, just remember how many people are looking to you as their light. Always remember that, because it's so powerful. Some of the days when I don't feel like getting up and being mismotivational, I think about the people who are following me. I think about the women who are struggling to go to their job every day. They hate the job. They bring the worst parts of them home to their husband and their kids. And if I stop, they're probably going to stop. So just always think about it from a perspective of what someone else is getting through your example. And it's a powerful example. Where can people get your book and how can they follow you?
Okay, so you guys can follow me on Instagram at k.dominique. That's k.diamonique. You can purchase my book on my website at kdominique.com. That's kdiamonique.com. Go to the shop tab and scroll all the way to the bottom. That's where you can find the PDF of my book, where you can download for $8. However, if you want the hard copy, go to lulu.com. That's lulu.com. Type in 29,000 days, the actual numerical version of 29,000 days, and then my book will pop up, and you can purchase that for $15.82.
All right, and what's the $15.82?
That's the cost of the book.
But what's the 82? Is it symbolic? No, it's just 80.
That's what the published people said. 82 cents.
It's gonna be something deep and symbolic. The 1582.
Right.
See how I'm saying? You get me started with the 29,000 days, and I'm gonna get all symbolic.
I'm work on that. So I'm be ready.
Thank you for being here. We're going to ask you to come back again and share with us. Guys, we are over our time. Thank you for being here with us. Those of you who are following us on voxwave.com, those of you who have stuck with us the whole show here on Facebook Live, this will be uploaded on YouTube within about 24 hours, so you can go back and watch this amazing show again. Until next Wednesday, we will see you then, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Wednesday. Tell a friend. Awesome. Yes.